Hey, welcome to After Hours. Today we're really excited because last night we were at the premiere of Avengers Infinity War. It'd be nice if I knew the name of the movie.
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good.
But anyways, this is going to be the spoiler review.
Yes. If you want to see the spoiler-free review, you could check out my channel, which is in the description.
So just, if you don't want to be spoiled, click off right now.
This is a spoiler alert. Bang, bang. Okay. Anyway.
All right, let's get right to it. What do you think?
It was great.
Yeah, it surpassed expectations as far as you had all the hype and everything, all the promos, but I thought it delivered.
Yeah, it delivered. I really liked it.
How about, like, compared to the other Avengers, intensity? It was intense.
There was definitely stakes in this one. Like Avengers Age of Ultron, nothing. I didn't really.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, there's just a robot that they gotta fight. It's no big deal. This had stakes.
Right from the get-go, the opening scene.
Oh my god.
I mean, they set the tone at the opening.
Yes, they definitely
People
did.
are gonna die in this movie.
It was so sad because after everything with Thor Ragnarok, everything that happened, saving all their people, it was all for nothing because you open up and if Avengers, they're wiped out. We don't know. Okay, one gripe I had was like, where's Valkyrie? Where's Korg? You know? They were on the ship too. What happened to them, guys?
Yeah, I guess.
At least they showed Heimdall.
Right, and he had a big role. He
saved the Hulk.
Yeah,
for sure. That was cool.
Yep.
But I'm sad he died. And Loki. Okay, Loki's death got to me big time. He was one of my favorite characters. I didn't really like him until I watched Thor Ragnarok. Then I was like, okay, he's pretty cool.
That's true.
And I was just so depressed. It was so sad.
Isn't it funny how he went from the first movie he was in, right?
Yeah.
A hated villain.
Right.
And little by little, he just
I love like redemption.
Got more likable.
Like yeah. So he was like a really good character. I'm sad they killed him off so quickly. It was like in the first 5 minutes. Then Thor gets into space, and that's when he meets the Guardians. That whole scene with him meeting the Guardians was fantastic. So funny. Oh my god, it was so good. Drax had so many good liners and everything. I was worried with this movie because there were so many people, like the Guardians wouldn't get as much like screen time or any as funny parts, but they definitely did.
Because I'm a big fan of the Guardians.
Yes, we're big fans of the Guardians.
The way the previews were set up, you're thinking, oh, a cameo. You're thinking small, right?
Well, I thought it would just be a little bit less because they're not really Avengers.
But it's significant, right?
No, definitely, they're in it.
And it feels like a Galaxy movie.
Yeah, when they were on, the one thing I liked when they were on it,
you hear the music right away.
The Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Right.
It didn't feel like it was. Like, they didn't feel out of character or anything just because there was different directors.
Right.
So, yeah, that was...
Probably the funniest scene.
Yeah, it was so funny.
When they meet Thor.
So funny. With Peter imitating him with the voice. And then Thor goes off with Rocket in Teen Group. That was also funny, too, how he's a teen now. And
Rabbit, actually. Rabbit. He just kept calling him Rabbit.
That whole adventure was pretty cool too. Yeah. I mean, it was a little like out of the way, like it was because they weren't encountering Thanos and everything, but it was still cool to see Thor get his new weapon.
How good were those two villains working under Thanos?
Which ones?
Oh,
there was 4.
The wizard guy that had all the power.
Oh yeah, Ebony Maw, I think his name was.
He was good, and then the other two.
He was really cool.
The other two worked together, the girl and the big beast. And
then there was one other, but he got killed by Vision.
Yeah.
Those were really cool characters.
Yeah.
I didn't even, like, I saw them in the trailers, and I just was like, okay, they're just going to be some, like, obstacles that they have. But they actually had, like, personalities and everything, which was pretty cool.
And how about, as far as the nonstop action, right? Mm-hmm. When the Hulk goes down to Doctor Strange, right? Boom, they're attacking.
That whole scene when they're like, because we don't really know what's going on, and you see like everybody.
I thought they were gonna have a few weeks to prepare.
No, they're there.
That was.
I love that whole scene. I totally forgot about that scene where Tony's there and they all have to they're like encountering all these people,
A lot of humor there too, right?
Yes,
There's
when
humor
Tony calls him
everywhere.
Squidward.
Yeah.
I was dying. That was so great. And then, of course, Spider-Man comes in, too. That was great.
Stan Lee's probably the greatest cameo he's
I
ever
don't know
done.
about that, but it was definitely really good.
The audience burst out laughing when
Yeah.
right? When he was the bus driver.
Yeah, he was good. My favorite Stan Lee cameo, though, is probably in Thor when he has to cut Thor's hair off. Remember?
Yeah.
That was pretty
I forgot
funny.
about that one.
But yeah, that was great. And then you see Peter's Spider-Man's friend, Ned,
Yep.
and he was like, "We're all gonna die," and then everybody starts screaming. That was so great. Yeah, that was great. Then Spider-Man gets involved, and they have their own little journey.
Yeah, but the way they jumped from scene to scene was really
Oh,
good.
it was
The
great.
way it was
Yeah.
edited,
It was really well done. Everybody else, everybody got enough screen time. Like we said, the spoiler-free review.
And the surprise characters that showed up, we didn't mention it in the non-spoiler.
I'm trying to think. I think the only one was what's his name? Red Skull.
Yes.
Everybody was shocked about
The audience, they all
You
gasped.
didn't even know.
I didn't. He looked familiar, but I didn't know what he was doing.
I just haven't watched the first Captain America in a while, so I forget where he left off. Like, I figured he died or something. So I'll have to go back and watch that. But yeah, that was very surprising. There was the most surprises for me were the deaths. I didn't think all these people were
They're
gonna
going to just
die.
keep piling up.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like Gamora's death, that was sad.
The whole backstory on that.
That was pretty cool. It was cool to see her people and everything before they got destroyed.
Yeah, because if you watched the Guardian of the Galaxies, I was confused after the first one because they would just talk about it, and now you got to see exactly.
You got to see back in time. They had that big fight scene with Wakanda I thought was good.
They're trying to protect what's his name.
Vision.
That was funny. I like when Scarlet Witch was. When she finally came down, she did some damage.
Yeah, and then Okoye, I think her name was. Why wasn't she here the whole time?
Right.
That was great. Yeah, that whole fight scene was perfect. It was well done. And I liked, even after that, when they're fighting in the forest.
The one interesting thing that some fans might be a little upset about is how the Hulk didn't turn into the Hulk.
Oh, yeah, that was disappointing for me.
But there was so much other stuff going on. It's not like it needed it.
Yeah, it wasn't like a big thing that I was upset about, but it was just okay, I really thought he was going to turn into the Hulk in that machine, and they never did it. So I feel like you said, they
I think they're
saving it.
Yeah, they obviously want to save it for the next episode.
But that would have been kind of cool. I love the fight scene with Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, and Okoye. Oh jeez, I'm gonna get so much hate. With the other girl, the other villain daughter of Thanos.
How did they end up winning that?
I think Scarlet Witch pushes her into a grinder.
Yep. So the villain. Let's talk about.
I thought he was really, really good. He was definitely the most threatening villain, and there were so many stakes because of him, because he's just so powerful. Once he had all the stones, or 4, even 2, he was unstoppable. I had no idea how they were going to stop him. There was no hope.
Right.
I feel with Vision, I didn't really like Vision in other movies, but they made him a lot more likable in this, and I actually felt for him a lot. His death scene was really sad.
You know what we're forgetting about that I want to talk about?
Who?
What's his name?
Pratt. Oh, Pratt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His character, who kind of blows it.
Yeah, he was kind of out of character, actually, for me. Especially during that one scene.
That one scene, and I'm wondering if fans are going to be a little turned off to his character.
Yeah.
He
blew it.
That was the closest they came to defeating.
We were talking about the part where they come up with the plan to get the gauntlet
they
off
almost
of Thanos,
get the glove off of him.
And Spider-Man almost got it off.
It came off.
I don't think
it came off.
It was slipping off.
It comes off and then he grabs it back.
No.
Yeah.
It just kind of slipped and then he went like that.
I'm telling you.
Right,
it comes off and
when
he
I
grabs
go see
it.
it again. Okay.
But anyways, his character.
Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, he got so upset about Gamora, which I can understand. That makes sense. He was upset. But couldn't he wait just a couple seconds before punching him in the face? Like, what is that going to do? You know that's not going to kill him.
That was the best chance.
It was their best chance to get it off. Oh, that was so... But they almost had him. That was really cool, how they were all working together.
So it's going to be interesting. Can he redeem himself in the next one?
Yeah, I think he will.
He's going to have to. Because
I'm so upset about Gamora, though. Like, the Guardians are broken up.
Yeah.
Like, they can't make another... Like, what are they going to do in the next movie?
There's no one left. And how about the end? Let's talk about the ending.
Okay, one more thing I want to mention before that. In the other Avengers movies, they're all fighting these, like, minions, you know? In this, they had all, like, a bunch of Avengers fighting Thanos at the same time. And I thought that was really cool because they've never, like, really done that before. They just have these worthless minions attack them.
Not only that, the way they were able to do that is the way Thanos would jump. He had the power to travel to different places.
And I just liked the fight scene where it was like hand-to-hand combat and they were all going up against Thanos. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, they had the other minions in Wakanda, whatever, those little monsters with the fangs and everything, but they all, at the end, when they're all fighting Thanos in the forest and everything, with Captain America, and he's like holding the ball. Oh, so good.
I thought he was going to get destroyed.
You thought he was going to die? No.
You thought, before the movie, a lot of people thought Captain America was going to die.
Yeah, I did. I thought he was going to die. I definitely thought Vision was going to die. I did, but there was a lot of deaths I didn't expect. Okay, so let's talk about the ending. So, at the end, Thanos, that was really cool too, when Thor comes back. That was a really cool entrance with Rocket on his shoulder.
Yeah.
That was great, and I love the interaction between Rocket and Bucky when he was like talking about his arm and everything. I really wanted them to do that, and they actually did that. That was so funny. And then, what else? Okay, so then Thor finally finds Thanos, and he goes like that. Remember, he stabs him.
It was a little more than just a little flick.
Well, yeah.
He came out of the sky like a maniac.
He came at him and I got him right in the chest.
You're thinking that maybe this is, maybe you got him.
Yeah, because usually at the end of the movies, they get the villain,
Right.
But they did. So then, what does Thanos say?
He says, you should have went for the head.
That was so sad.
And then he just...
He snaps his fingers, and then half the population just dies, disintegrates. So
yeah, slowly and dramatically.
So I had a feeling that would happen because, like, I've heard about the comics where that happens. He snaps his fingers, and like half of the population like just disappears. But it was just shocking to see, especially so many characters, like just going, and it was just so depressing.
I don't know how they're gonna.
They're probably just gonna have to go back in time and get them back. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they killed off so many. They killed off all the Guardians except for Rocket. Doctor Strange was really good in this, by the way. I really, really like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, very powerful in this movie.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see because in the first movie he really was like an amateur.
Yeah, he was in training.
Yeah,
basically.
Now he's like the best. Soundtrack was good. Loved the soundtrack. It felt like very Avengers-y. I love.
How about the last scene after the credits?
Oh, the end credit scenes was...
There's one scene.
It was great.
Make sure you stay for that.
Yep. It was really cool to see Nick Fury and Maria Hill back again. It made me so happy. And it wasn't just like a joke scene. It actually advances the story a little bit. Yeah, it was like you definitely should stay and see it because, it's worth it. And you see, like, everybody disappearing, like, on the street. Like, that's terrifying. And then they disappear too, but he gets the signal. That's right. I forgot about that. To Captain Marvel, I guess. So that'll set up for the next Captain Marvel movie, which I'm really excited to see. I think it takes place in the 90s. Really? Yeah. That's what I hear, but I don't know. All right. So what about final grade on this? Final grade. 1 to 10 scale. We said it in the spoiler-free review. But we'll just say it again. Go ahead. I give it a 9. And I give it an 8.5. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is our first review. Hope it was informative. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye-bye.